my very last intention is to do the wrong thing to my girlfriend.
Yes, me lord.
I hate the society we live
Okay,
in,
then.
so I'll go into a
What
bit
is
of
it
background
you want?
information.
Yes, me lord.
I'm not a NEET because I don't want to go to work
Yes, me lord.
or don't want to go to college or whatever.
Ready to work.
The reality is I do want to do both of those things.
Job's done.
I had
Right,
one
is it?
job before for about
Ready
5
to
weeks.
work. Job's done.
It was really shady place and eventually I left
Yes, me
because I
lord.
hated how people treated me.
Alright. Work.
Sometimes I regret it. Sometimes I think I was immature and that I should have
What
stayed.
is it?
But the place I was at also had no professionalism. I don't have a job or go to college because my family is very busy.
Right.
Yes, I could get a job, but with no car, who's gonna drive
What
me?
is it? Job's
One of my
done.
parents would have to do it.
What?
My parents aren't living together anymore, so for my dad, while I'm at my mom's house, if he decides to do that,
Job's
it would be a
done.
very long drive every time. Opposite if I get a job, where my dad is, he probably could drive me, but then I probably wouldn't be able to go over by my mom's unless it was only for a few days. And with college,
What is it?
I want to
Right.
go into psychology
Yes, me
to work
lord.
in the mental health field.
Ready to work.
It's my dream. But when I was in high school, I just barely passed it all.
Alright.
So I
Off
could
go
even
then.
could I
Off
even
go
handle
then.
college
Yes, me
then?
lord. What is
Then
it? Job's
my
done.
family.
Work. Right.
I don't even know where to get started. I
Alright.
know most kids after they leave high school, college is all ready for them.
Job's done.
For
What
me,
is it?
it wasn't the
Yes, me
same.
lord.
I had no idea what to do.
Alright.
I'm also a
Off I go
huge
then.
procrastinator. So here I
Yes, me
am,
lord. Job's done.
procrastinating,
Yes, me lord.
and for these reasons, being a NEET.
Job's done. Me lord.
Anyway, a lot of times
What
I
is
talk
it?
online, and sometimes these people will ask me if I do college or have a job or whatever.
What? Job's done.
Usually
Work.
people from other countries. And when they
Yes, me
find out
lord.
I don't do either,
Job's done.
they start
Right.
treating me like I'm some
Alright.
loser or something. That I let my mom and dad take care of me at 22,
Job's done.
so
What
I'm
is it?
some
Job's
sort of
done.
pathetic leech. Why is that as soon as you become
Work.
18, you're
What?
pretty much
Work.
expected to get a job
What
and
is
help
it?
out?
Off I go then.
I get why. You should pay your own bills and such,
Yes, me lord.
but
Yes, me
why
lord.
is the alternative
Yes,
so
me
bad?
lord.
Why is it so shameful to have my parents take care of me past a certain age?
What is it?
Hell,
What?
I barely even want this.
Job's
I'm just in a
done.
rough spot, and I
Alright.
procrastinate all the time. The worst fate to befall a man. Doom
Yes, me
post.
lord. What?
Many would giggle at the
What is it?
suggestion I'm about to make, either
Right,
because they're too out of touch, they believe it to be funny, or they just simply refuse to accept it. I'm here to say that
What?
penis size is the most
Job
important and final
Yes, me
barrier
lord.
to sex.
Alright.
Intercourse is the goal
What is
for
it?
most people on Earth. It is hardwired in our monkey
Yes,
lizard
me lord.
brains to seek out relationships and further seek out intercourse in
Job
general.
done.
A man's
What?
height, looks,
Righto.
status,
Work.
or money
Off I
is
go
just a
then.
prerequisite
Yes, me lord.
to attaining
is
the
it?
goal of sex.
What?
Having
Yes, me
any
lord.
combo of those will give a man more
Work.
options to attain
is
the
it?
goal of
Yes, me
intercourse.
lord.
But when it comes down to having it, when it is time to fulfill that final act
Job's done.
and show your masculinity
What?
and enter a woman, your penis is the most important part. When it is finally time
Yes,
to
me
truly
lord.
conquer her,
What?
my penis is the final barrier. Let's say I won her attention, and now it's time
What
for the
is it?
final act. What's more masculine? Having my small dick poke her insides, if she can even feel that, or stretching her open and rearranging her insides.
Yes, me lord.
Yes, a man can be made fun of for lacking looks,
Righto.
height,
Yes, me
or
lord.
money.
Work.
But the worst, the
Job
most
done.
painful,
What
is
it?
making fun of a man who lacks down there. It is the most damning, most humiliating,
Off I go then.
most demasculating.
Job
Why?
done. Is it?
Why is it so? It's because it's our penis, and it's directly tied to
Yes,
how
me
we see
lord.
ourselves as a man,
What?
and by extension, how society measures us as men, far more than any feature. P.S.
What?
Don't
What
comment
is it?
things like, Just use your tongue
Ready
and
to
fingers,
war,
bro.
word. Job
Yes,
done. Yes, me lord.
because we lack such manhood, we have to revert to using other objects to pleasure our women. Because our God-given penis,
Yes, me lord.
the thing you are supposed to use,
Righto.
lacks.
Off I go then.
How emasculating of a thing to say. Or what's worse,
Job done.
get a sleeve, bro.
More work.
Yes, get a fake penis that is far bigger than yours and get your woman
Yes,
off.
me lord.
People just don't understand how bad having a small penis is. How you lack manhood in a way you can't make up for. Because no matter how tall, how good looking, how big and strong,
What is it?
how big your car is, how
Righto.
fat your wallet
Yes,
is,
me lord. Ready
no
to
matter
work.
what,
Ready to work.
all of those things are just a prerequisite
Job done.
to attaining the goal.
Job done. Ready to work. Job done. What is it? Ready to work.
Upgrade complete.
Ready to work. Yes, me lord.
Our
If you-
allies' town is under siege.
For you to believe that. The
What is
black
it?
pill is a
What?
thing that has arisen in society over time. And our even word
Oh,
black
well,
pill is a made up word used to describe what
Yes,
we
me lord.
visualize out in the world.
Ready to work.
Right? So when
Ready
we
to
say
work.
black pill, that doesn't mean shit. That's just made up.
What?
Blah, blah, blah. I could go blah, blah, blah.
What is it?
And it's it mean the same shit. So the point is, what it really is what we
Ready to
see in the
work.
world. And what we see in the world didn't always exist, did it? No, it did not. So stop acting like the black pill is like some shit that existed before anything, like the Big Bang. Like it was, right? Like it was in the,
More
you
lumber
remember the
is
original Big
required.
Bang that
Our
took up the
allies'
size of
town
a
is under
pinhead
siege.
and it exploded? Yeah, well, the black pill was in there. It's like, shut the fuck up. No, it wasn't. You have you're in a psychosis state to think like that. So the point is, once you realize the black pill arise slowly in the world over time due to this, weird sinful world that we find ourselves in, then I think eventually you can actually come to a state
Oh,
of
what?
reconciliation, like I
Yes,
have,
me
where
lord.
I'm like, well, thank God I'm fucking out of the world. Because why do I want to be out there?
Allies'
Word.
town
And
is
another
under
thing I want to
siege.
mention is some of these comments I received. Somebody said that they are a
What is it?
they're like a fringe cell and they're probably gonna get laid one day. And they said, well, you know what? When I get laid, I'm just gonna play the hookup game. If it ever works out,
Yes,
if it,
Lord.
they weren't saying they're going to, but they said if it happens,
What?
and you're right, base contrarian,
Alright,
I'm
going
gonna
to
do the
work.
hookup culture.
Oh,
Never
word.
gonna have a wife.
Righto.
And then I was like, well, why not? Why?
Lord.
You're becoming the bully. You're becoming the person you always hated. So you can't get a girlfriend slash wife because women are like that. Now you're gonna play that game, and then they go, well, Jeff Bezos. They're like, oh, look at Jeff Bezos. He was married to some chick, and then he was in front of Leonardo DiCaprio, and Leonardo fucked him. No matter how much money you have in this world, no matter how much beta bucks, you're never gonna be good enough. And then he says, that's why I'm playing the hookup game. And I say, your logic is invalid there, my friend. So shout out to you. I like you as a viewer and as a fan, so thank you. Keep watching. I appreciate your viewership. But I say, hey, you just disproved your own point, because Jeff Bezos actually cheated on his original wife. And what do you think? Jeff Bezos is insecure, he's bald, he's short, don't you think? So why do you think he cheated on his wife when he became rich? What do you think, guys? Because he became the bully. So he knew when I was lame, I couldn't get the hot chick, so I just got with this chick. And then what happened? He got all the money and he goes, well, now I'm gonna get with any chick I want. And then what happened? The chick that he cheated on his wife with cucks him in front of
What is it?
the whole world. Okay, and now somebody in my comments goes, well, that's why I'm never gonna get married. No, that's the reason why you should try to get married. If you ever do ascend, my friend. Why would you think the other way? Jeff Bezos should have stayed in his lane and stayed with his wife that loved him. You realize his wife paid over half the money for Amazon to get started, so him cheating on her was like really weird. Yeah, like that's why she's so rich, bro. She's the richest woman in the world because she divorced him, and she got half of the money because she literally put in half of it. So him cheating on her is literally my point. He just became the bully, man. He was the insecure incel that became the billionaire, but he didn't know how to just stay in his lane and be like, I don't want to become the person that I always hated. He tried to become the person he hated, and then he got cucked in front of everybody. And that's the realization, guys. it's like, dude, if you manage to ascend and get out of inceldom, you don't go try to victimize women and be a fuckhead. You fucking try to wife up some chick and be normal and move on with your life, and maybe you can come back in my comment section and give me some views and watch time still and be like, try to you know help people out, convert people. Just kidding. But you get the point. Maybe it'll all work out for you, dude, and then you'll fucking be fine and you got married. Exactly. Why are you gonna fucking spend your time trying to do the same thing people did back to you? That's what you gotta remember, guys. You can't fight fire with fire. That shit's real. That black pills and numbers are so inflated because there's a lot of low status men that have been kicked out of the dating pools that really aren't, you know, they're not real incels. They're not really gonna be virgins for life, but they're here hanging out in the black pill space. And that's why the numbers are so high. And that's basically what a fringe cell is, and that's also basically why I conducted the poll. So, anyways, now let's go over to poll results. So we got 761 votes, not that many votes, but for my channel, it's pretty good. It said 22% of people voted that they were true cells, 21% said fake cell / fringe cell, 33% normies, and 23% Chad. Now, what I thought was interesting was, like, obviously people control, you know, vote for whatever you want, but I felt like I gave enough options where most people were just gonna vote accordingly. And what I think, according from the comments, from what people were saying in the comments, I think probably true cell, it's a lie. Probably only 10% of people are true cells. Maybe make fake cell / fringe cell 31%, and then that would be the real numbers. And even maybe some of the fringe cells are normies. I mean, honestly, and maybe some of the normies are fringe cells. But other than that, I think that's pretty accurate results. Now, what does that make you guys think? It makes me think I'm right. I mean, honestly, it makes me think that, yeah, man, a lot of the people even listening right now, they don't want to comment. See, that's what DBDR, if you're listening, that's what, and Rehab Room, all these guys, that's what you guys need to think when you're making your content. It's like, dude, it's not even just incels listening to you. The incels and the low status men that are the, you know, the hardcore ride or die fans, they're typing "it's over" 4 seconds after the video's up. Yeah, those people aren't the only people watching. Those are the people commenting. Those are the people loud making noise. But there's a shitload of hidden viewers that never comment. They never like, but they watch the whole video to the end. Right? And you can tell from the watch time and the analytics that it's like, you know, it reminds me of like Trump, right? Like it's like a silent fandom, right? Like everyone's gonna vote for Trump when he comes out, right? But we're not gonna talk about it. Like, shh, nope, I ain't voting for Trump. I love black people. Get a black person every 4 feet. That's what we need in this world. And no, I'm voting for Biden. Biden, Harris, come on, man. Right? Obviously. And then when it hits the polls, who do you vote for? So that's what I'm trying to say. Is like, I think incel content's kind of the same way. Like, I think a lot of people enjoy it from a different, like.
Job's done.
What's going on? Back with another late night discussion. I want to talk about who you are as a man, because I used to have people tell me that when it comes to attraction, that who you are as a man matters, but it doesn't. I recently saw a short of a woman who was in the hospital undergoing anesthesia, and she was talking about the different male nurses that she found physically attractive, and she even pointed out a male nurse that she did not find attractive at all. And her husband was sitting with her in the nurse's office, the doctor's office, and her husband asked her, "Do you find me attractive?" And she said, "Yes. That's why I married you." Now, if that wasn't the most brutal truths ever, mind you, the woman was undergoing anesthesia.
موتناش الصاروخ بده يموتنا الجوع. احنا بالنسبة لنا في الخيم مش عايشين عيشة بني آدمين. بنقص علينا.
That's the most brutal thing I've ever heard in my life. But that just go to show you how crucial looks is. When it comes to attraction, looks is everything. Who you are as a man, I used to believe that mattered to women. I used to believe that your character, your morals, what you represent as a man, I used to believe those things matter. Those things don't mean anything.
Yes, me lord. Job's done. Job's done.
It doesn't matter if you're a bum. It doesn't matter if you're a devil from hell.
What is it?
These women only care about the superficial.
Go then.
And I wish I would have known this back when I was a teenager.
Righto.
I used to think that when it came to women, it was about being a thug.
Job's done.
Being a thug don't have nothing to do with getting women either.
Job's done. Yes, me lord.
Your character and what you stand for as a man means nothing.
More lumber is required.
And it's funny how I used to have guys telling me in my younger days that who you are as a man is what matters. You know, it's all about knowing who you are.
All right.
What you believe about yourself, what does that have anything to do
Lumber is required.
with getting a female? And then I had to look at a lot of guys that get a lot of women. There are a lot of guys that get a lot of women who are not good people.
Yes, me lord.
And that's something that no one can deny. There are a lot of dickheads, a-holes,
Yes, me lord.
just terrible dudes who get a lot of pussy. And that's something that you cannot deny.
Ready to work.
So I realized that I was being gaslighted in my younger days. And I was being lied to. People telling me it's all about knowing who you are as a man. It doesn't matter if you're Lucifer, the son of the morning. It doesn't matter if you're Lucifer in the flesh. Long as you look good to women. Long as you make the juice box wet. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if you're a decent person or not. And that's what I used to have to get. That's what I had to get through my head.
Yes, me lord.
Being a decent person means nothing to women. That has nothing to do with a woman wanting to give you some ass. Being a decent person. One thing a lot of women don't have good character themselves. And when women choose men, they're not choosing men based on who they are. And who you are as a man, that's one of the biggest lies that anyone can sell you.
Yes, me
Who you
lord.
are as a man.
Yes, me lord.
What does that have to do with you getting your dick wet? What does that have to do with you getting intimate with a woman? Or you being sexual with a woman? It doesn't have anything to do with anything. So I had to understand that I was just being lied to. But the crazy thing is, I used to really believe the things that these guys was telling me in my younger days, especially in my adolescent days, because I didn't know no better then. I was being lied to who you are as a man.
What? What?
I'm here to tell you,
Job's done.
if you're a youngster out there, who you are as a person means nothing to a woman.
Job's done. Right.
Doesn't matter about who you are as a person. I mean, you could be a bum. There are plenty bums who get a lot of women.
What is it?
A lot of those types of men have multiple baby
Yes,
mamas.
me lord.
You could be a bum for crying out loud.
Job's done.
Women just care about looks when it comes to men. It's not about who you are as a person.
More work.
And anybody who's trying to sell you that lie,
Lord.
they're trying to gaslight you.
Yes, me lord.
That's what they're doing.
Well then.
That's what I had to realize. Anybody who's telling you that, oh, when it comes to getting women, it's all about who you are as a person, they just trying to sell you some BS.
Job's done.
Because you look around at a lot of the dudes who are very successful with women, a lot of them don't have the best character. They don't, but they get a lot of sex. So all you gotta do, just look around at the dudes who you see very successful with women. It has nothing to do with their character.
Well then.
It's all about looks.
Yes, me lord. Job's done.
It's all about the way you look when it comes to pulling women. A lot of guys have been bamboozled time and time again. They've been bamboozled time and time again, just straight up lied to. But I was one of those guys too. And I used to believe that who you are as a man mattered to women. I used to strongly believe that. I used to think that these women are judging you based on your character and what you represent. Women are not choosing men based on that. And it would have been better had I known this a lot earlier in my life. But you know, the dating coaches is not going to tell you this. The pickup artists, they're not going to tell you that it's all about looks when it comes to getting women. But it is. It's all about your physical appearance. It's not about who you are as a man. Because people, what I had to understand with people is that people label who you are based on your appearance. Because the way you look is going to determine what people think of you anyway. So if people don't like your physical appearance, they're automatically going to assume negative things about you. That's one-on-one psychology. That's how psychology works. So if people don't like your appearance, they're going to automatically assume that you're trash, that you are nobody, because they don't like the way you look. So it goes back to looks. It all goes back to looks. And I see it clear as day that a man's character and what he stands for means nothing to a woman. Means absolutely nothing. It's all about looks at the end of the day. And I think you can go ahead and say that, and I believe I heard someone say this a long time ago, that your looks define who you are. Because the way you look is gonna create your outlook on life. Because your experiences and the things that you go through is gonna cultivate how you see the world. So with enough negative experiences in your life, you're gonna have a negative mindset and a negative outlook on the world. So a person's character is based on their appearance. Because how you look is going to determine your life experiences. And I see it clear as day when it comes to these women. The reason why some men are suffering, they just ain't what women want. Women just don't find them to be a good-looking man. And it's just very unfortunate. But no one can ever bamboozle me again with that who you are as a man talk. Because that's just a straight up lie. Who you are as a man means nothing. But that concludes this late night discussion. You guys have a good one.
Job's done. Ready to work. Job's done. Ready to work. Yes, job's done. What is job's it? Done. Job's yes, done. Lord. Job's done. What? Job's done. All right. Job's done then. Job's done. All right. Job's done. Job's done. Yes, Lord. Yes, job's done. Ready to work. All right. Job's done. Our allies' town is under siege. Job's done. Go then. Job's done. Ready to work. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Ready to work. Job's done. Job's done. Yes, job's done. Off I go then. Job's done. Yes, job's done. Off I go then. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Yes, Lord. Job done. Alright. Job done. Job done. Ready to work. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Ready to work. What is it? Off I go then. Job's done. Job's done. Right. Job's ready done. To work.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord.
Upgrade complete.
Ready to work. Job done. Done. Job done. Done. What is it? More work. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. What? Yes, me lord. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. I can't do it. Job's done. Off I go then. All right. Yes, me lord. Off I go then. Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Off I go then. Ready to work. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Ready to work.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. Ready to work. Job's done.
Upgrade
Ready to work. Job's done. More work. All right. Job's done. Ready to work. Righto. Yes, me lord. Yes, me lord.
Upgrade
What is it?
complete. Research.
More work. Job's done. Job's done.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade
Research
complete. Upgrade
Job's
complete.
done. Job's done. Job's done.
Our
Upgrade
allies'
complete.
town is under siege. Upgrade complete.
Job's done.
Research complete.
Job's done.
Upgrade complete.
Job's done. Job's done. Over there. Righto. Righto. Yes, me lord. Over there. All right. Righto. Yes, job's done. Off I go then. Job's done. Job's done. No, job's done. Yes, me lord. Off I go then. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done.
Our town allies'
Job's
siege
done.
is under siege.
All right. Job's done then. All right. Yes, me lord. Righto. Job's done.
Our allies' town is
Job's
under
done.
siege.
Job's done. 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 Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Job's done. 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 Job's
Our
done.
town is under siege.
Job's done. Job's done.
Our allies' town is under siege. Upgrade. Our allies' town is under siege. Upgrade.
Yes, me lord.
Upgrade.
Yes, me lord.
Our allies' town is under siege. All gold required. More gold is 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 required. Our town is under siege. Our allied town is under siege. More gold is required.
Job done. Job done.
I come to cleanse this land.
Done.
Our allied town is under siege. Our town is under siege. Our allied town is under siege. Forces are under attack. Our town is under siege.
easy. Yes, my lord. Righto. Off I go then. All right.
Our forces are under
All right.
attack.
Yes, my lord. Job done. I can't do that. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done. Job's done.
Our forces are under attack. Our town is under siege.
Yes, my lord. Or work. I can't build that.
Our forces are under attack. Our town is under siege.
What is it?
Our town is under siege. Our town is under siege.